Glub, 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 glub. Hey guys, we are here for day 3 of the mini mash. We're here at Maumee Bay's Mutz Sports Bar, actually out in their very cool courtyard. We found this cool lion's head. We thought, what a perfect backdrop. What we got today?
Today we got the Kentucky Common. It's a red ale. Basically, the way Clint described it was like this.
Wednesday is a Kentucky Red Cream Ale. I read an article in a homebrew magazine. They were talking about doing a heavily adjunct Kentucky Common beer, which is like apparently was a real style at one time and highly consumed. And I thought it was a cool idea because you're kind of taking that the same malt constituents that you would have in a bourbon mash, just not in the same fractions, you know. Yeah, so it has rye, wheat, flake corn. It has barley, so it has those 4 different malt constituents. It's got 3 adjunct grains in it. Pretty heavy-handed on the adjunct. But basically, it's brewed like a cream ale, so it's fermented cold, it's conditioned cold, so it doesn't have a lot of the ester profile that you would expect from an ale. You know, it's pretty clean. It's pretty nice and evenly balanced. It's 25 IBU beer. It's 5.6%. If you're into just good all-around, you know, evenly balanced malt to hop. Malt to bitterness ratio, it's an awesome drink here. It goes down really smooth.
Yeah, so I guess as he said once upon a time, pretty popular style.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where you just made with what you had, you know what I mean? You didn't have all the perfect ingredients, but you still wanted some alcohol. Throw it all together, all these adjuncts, all these weird grains, and this is kind of what you get. I think Clint kind of took this one to heart because he really wanted to try and make something awesome out of this, out of a weird style that not a lot of people have. So hopefully it's as good as he imagined.
Okay, well let's go ahead and take a sniff of the Kentucky Red.
It's got a really nice malty caramel malt backbone. It reminds me of like an Irish red almost because it's just nice and caramely and malty and burnt sugars, that type of smell.
Yeah, definitely nice and like kind of like subdued and very mild, I think.
Yeah.
But caramel sweetness. Yeah, like an Irish red. It's a good comparison. Like a one that pops in my head. It was North Peak Sinuous. It's a really nice kind of Celtic Irish red style and. Very sweet on the nose.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like a corn aroma too, kind of like a cream corn type thing. But there's also a little bit of hoppiness, you know, not a lot, but just a nice, somewhat bitter, subtle aroma in the background that makes it seem like it's going to be nice and balanced. And I know that was what Clint really wanted, was a balanced beer.
Without further ado, let's dive into the Kentucky Red. Cheers.
Oh, man. That is really awesome. You know what? It has so much bold caramel flavor that it doesn't even seem like it has a lot of adjuncts in there. You know, you wouldn't expect it to have anything but just a bunch of caramel malt. It's a nice malty, bready beer.
Yeah, very malt forward, very it's sweet but not like overly sweet. It's just the way you'd kind of want a red to taste like. I do get a little of that breadiness. There's like a little bit of a corn flavor in there as well. But yeah, a nice malt forward red ale.
He really did balance it out well. It's not, like you said, it's not too sweet. But it's not hoppy at all. It's not bitter. It's just the bitterness only does enough to cut through to make it a really drinkable, clean beer. It's very clean.
In the current atmosphere of craft beer is everything's bigger, more hoppy, more sour.
Right.
This one kind of harkens back to just a very nice, mild, drinkable beer that, I mean, it's just really well balanced. It's tasty. It's not doing anything extreme at all. It's just well done. Just a nice beer.
And it's got a little bit of really, really faint hints of like green apple tartness. And I don't know if that's the yeast he uses or what. I made it seem like it was really sweet at the beginning. It's not. It has a nice tart finish, but it's not like sour. I don't know how else to describe that. Everything's so subdued that when I use a word, it makes it sound like it's more than it is. You know what I mean?
Just hints of those things.
Hints
Shades.
of tartness, shades of caramel. I mean, it's just really well put together.
All right, Corey, what are you giving the Kentucky Red Common Cream Ale?
I'm actually going to give this a 90. I thought it was really, really nice, really well done. It's a style that I don't have a lot of, but if I were to go out and look for like a red ale, I would want something more like this because sometimes red ales get just too sweet for me. And I like that he had a little fun and it's, you know, it got a little bit of lightness to it. It's really, really drinkable. I'm going to go 90.
Okay, I'm going to go 88, 89, so right in that same ballpark. I think it's very typical to the style. I think good red ale. It doesn't do anything wild for me. It doesn't stand out to me. So, I mean, I think an 88 It's very solid. I would definitely drink it again. I think it'd be really good for people who are getting into craft beer because there's nothing outrageous about it. It adds more flavor than like a Bud Light, but without being too much where people are like
pushed away by it. Right.
Very good for entry-level craft beer drinkers or people who just want a nice, easygoing red.
Guys, make sure you come into Mutz every day this week. Tomorrow we're going to be tasting a big, bold double IPA. He says it's got Chinook and Columbus and just some big bittering hops.
That should be pretty good.
That should be pretty awesome. I mean, stop by if you want to come have a drink with us. We'll be here tomorrow.
That's right. Tomorrow and Friday.
Probably be out here in this beautiful courtyard that reminds me of Italy. I love it. But until tomorrow, remember,
we're the Brew Review crew.
We'll review
and brew for you.
Cheers.
Hey guys, like that review? Click on the video for our previous episode.
You want to check out your favorite beer by the style? Click on the logo in the top left corner.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Cheers.